Anyway, introducing in the top right side, we have ourselves a very talented young lad from Denmark, Psystorm Gaming. Give it up for MaxPax.
And his opponent, spawning down in the bottom left, representing Russia. It is the grizzled pro gamer, KingCobra, in the red. And already we see, right out of the gate, KingCobra not going for that low ground expand. Not going for, even though it is Oxide and it's kind of a default thing that you take that low ground. What do you make of this? Yeah, what are your thoughts?
It could just mean that he wants to go for a one-base build, perhaps. We're not seeing any probes out on the map, so perhaps still kind of waiting for anything too aggressive. It's hard for me to say, man, honestly. Maybe he just thinks you don't need the low ground wall. Who knows? Maybe he's like, right, it's okay if you get adepts into my low ground expansion as long as you don't get into my main.
Well, I'll tell you what, MaxPax taking advantage of the late scout out of KingCobra, or rather, at this point, actually, it's the lack of a scout, and he goes Gate Nexus before adding on that Cybernetics core, so very much a greedy opener, and look at this. Ooh, he finds the probe. Oh, he's got to check that top left. He has to know. That was coming from way too suspicious of an angle.
Yeah. There's no tech structure there yet, so, I mean, it's not an incredible danger at this point in time, but, you know, it's good that he stays on the probe as well. That probe's going to have to make a return journey at any point in time, and then to put anything actually dangerous down there. I guess maybe it could have been a gateway that I put down. I'm not sure if that would have made sense.
I'm not too sure because that's not his second pylon. That's his third pylon. So
yeah.
that was not like that was not a fake second pylon where you try and fool your opponent. That was intended to be a proxy for sure. And I wonder if it was going to be a proxy Stargate and he decided, you know what, my probe got scouted, not going to go for it now. That's my guess. By the way, we are seeing MaxPax going for the wall Stargate here. This is a Zest move. Zest did this first, I believe. And it's a cool way to play with these low ground expansions.
Yeah, just get yourself that air army here, and we have a bit of a couple of units moving around already. The adepts, assuming more stuff for scouting. Oh, well, never mind. There we go. Still going to make use of this location. Still committing to the one base play. I suppose I like that idea because, you know, just going for your own expansion from this point onwards, you're going to be playing from so far behind against someone like MaxPax. It's not advisable, I would say. So, you know, still trying your hand at something here. It does make sense to me.
I gotta say, this is a really cool move. He canceled that Stargate and went for another gateway, and this is just going to be a classic old-school 4-gate. And MaxPax is going Phoenix. He does not realize that that gateway was canceled. He is trying to counter Stargate right now, and this is going to be very, very difficult for him to deal with.
That's a good call from you.
This is very cool. Like, this is actually so Gigabrain. Oh, hold on. Did MaxPax scout? He actually has not scouted the lack of a Stargate. If he had seen the 4th gateway by now, that would be so good. Okay, he sees the proxy 2 gates. That should let him know what's up.
Stalker up in the sky already, taking a bit of a beating. Stalker number 4 through 5 though arrives. Will be able to assist a little bit here. The shield batteries are keeping things relatively safe. We've seen some misfire from, I believe, the Adept just shooting the Stalker rather than the pylon that everyone else was shooting, but I'm not even sure if that would have mattered, honestly.
Yeah, and it's a really great start on the defense for MaxPax. He is forced to use the battery overcharge, but he keeps that pylon alive, kicks off 2 stalkers, and now he's got a Void Ray out and a cannon.
Yeah, 3 shield batteries with 3 pylons. I mean, it's going to be rough. KingCobra now deciding to just try and take something out that he can take out, the Stargate. Difficult though because of this ramp situation. This is why, you know, Protoss feel comfortable taking their wall in the low ground here. Well, semi-low ground, I should say. Because it is still very difficult for these Stargate to push up and then actually take out buildings without getting damaged themselves.
Yeah, and he does take down the Stargate, but very, very importantly for MaxPax, he got out that second Void Ray. That is a huge, huge boost in his defensive power. Now his shield battery overcharge is back off cooldown. We are going to see a couple of depth shading on forward. I think just send the Phoenixes to deal with those. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. Nice move. Now, at the front, we see a couple Stalkers already going up down. Those cannons add so much power. And he takes out 4 Stalkers. I don't think he lost a unit there. Has MaxPax lost any army units, actually?
I'm not sure. It's not looking all that great. He lost an adept, and he lost a Stargate. Yeah, this is just a dead end for KingCobra there in that first game.
MaxPax only lost a single adept, 3 probes, and a Stargate. He didn't lose a single army unit there. That's an incredible defense.
Yeah. Those shield batteries definitely did their job. And I mean, KingCobra trying his hand at a bit of aggression there, but it just wasn't really enough firepower to break on through.
No,
MaxPax
not at all.
Too aware.
Yeah. And I think you hit the nail on the head. That's why people are comfortable expanding to the low ground on Oxide. On the next map we have coming up, Romanticide, maybe a different story. Maybe a different story trying to hold a push like that, especially with those early Phoenixes that are not exactly ideal for it. They did get some good value picking off those Stalkers, but yeah, that was a really, really pristine defense from MaxPax.
It really was, yeah. Like, nothing really fell off, like, except for that, you know, he was going for those Phoenix, but even with those Phoenix, it didn't quite matter. He just comfortably held, played it patiently, didn't panic when his Stargate was about to die, right? Didn't just run all his units trying to get somewhere. So he didn't lose any of those army units, as you've mentioned. Wonderfully done, MaxPax. 10 out of 10 in that situation.
Yeah, stellar defense. And I gotta say, though, kudos to KingCobra for a really cool mind game. And against many of the Protoss players, many lesser Protoss players, would have absolutely worked. We're going to be getting into game 2 to see if he can pull an even bigger rabbit out of his hat, because the first one wasn't quite big enough.
Take a look at this blue Protoss then. It's from Sidestorm Gaming, the Danish MaxPax.
Going for his patented low ground expansion, even though there's no low ground ramp here.
He's
and
not afraid of anything that fast. He'll do it.
Yeah, he's a madman. He will do what he wants. And his opponent spawning down on the bottom right, looking to punish, potentially. It is KingCobra. Now, have you had a chance to see much MaxPax PvP?
Yeah, here and there. I mean, it's you know, it is PvP. Probably the matchup that I watch least, I would say. But you know, you watch it anyway, right? Because it's still StarCraft, and he seems pretty good in the cases that I have seen him, right? Even up against those pretty strong Korean Protoss like Trap and stuff. I believe I've seen him go up against a couple of times.
Yeah.
Why you ask?
Because he is, like I said, he's a bit of an innovator. He's come up with a lot of new stuff. He's really reinvented the meta. Really, just he's a thinking man's Protoss for sure. And his mechanics are very good, but he's incredibly gifted when it comes to figuring things out. And to the point that he actually has beaten Trap, or sorry, not Trap. He beat Stats playing to Korea from EU in a tournament 2-1 just before Stats went to the military. I'm really excited for him in World Team League coming up. For now, we are going to be seeing, by the way, the Cybernetics Core block. MaxPax did go for the first Zealot. He gets that Stargate in the wall. What do you think about this? What do you think about this?
I think KingCobra is just going to make the proxy Stargate, I think, in that location, maybe. At least that pylon right there. Yeah, how much money? Yeah, it's 100 gas here. Let's see what he goes for. Could be a Robo as well, I suppose. But...
Could be a Robo. Could even be a Gateway. Oh, and yep, going to be that
it
Gateway.
Is a gateway. All right, well.
So I've got to say, this feels like good news to me for MaxPax. He's had a lot of experience defending against this exact build from Zest. And Zest's execution is, well, it is, in my opinion, second to none for a build like this. So he has a ton of experience dealing with it. He is going to be going Oracle first. Not the best situation in regards to that.
Now, Steadfast, I think you know a bit more about PvP overall than I do, but if you're going for something this aggressive, right, wouldn't it make sense that you want your opponent to invest more into that first initial Nexus and then also probes instead of, you know, extra production, extra army units, all that shebang?
In theory, that would be a little bit better, yeah. The only thing is if you think that you can mind game them, because MaxPax is the kind of player that he's like, oh, you let me take an expansion? That doesn't make sense. And now he scouts these 2 gateways, and he is going to be popping down additional pylon, additional shield batteries. Should be getting that Void Ray as soon as he can afford it. For now, Oracle in the main base is going to get here before the shield battery's done. Oh, this is bad news.
Yeah, this is pretty bad. One shield battery, please, hurry up. Stalkers are arriving as well. It's pretty interesting to see now the difference between having that ramp and not having that ramp. It might not seem like that much. To be fair, there is a bit less of course for MaxPax here now as well. Doesn't have those Void Rays around. A lot less static defense here. No Nexus to grant the shield battery overcharge. I suppose that is the benefit right now. Repowering the shield battery. Is this going to be it here right now? Steadfast. This is very tight.
Well, the Void Ray will pop out, but there's no shield battery. One just finishes with energy. Oh, that battery overcharge as soon as the Nexus completes. Pops it. Oh, and that's good. That'll be it. That's going to shut down all these Stalkers. Oh.
Wow, that was the play. That was